Episode 23, Boomer Guitar Sessions. I'm Rod, your host, and today what we're going to talk about is fixed mindset versus growth mindset. It's inspired by this book by Carol Dweck, a Stanford professor and author, and she defines two different kinds of mindsets that people have as either being fixed or growth mindset. And I thought, wow, this is something that we guitar players need to think about because we're guilty of this stuff. So when we say fixed mindset, that is the belief in abilities and intelligence are static and unchangeable. This, like I hear some of the things I hear, I don't have a musical bone in my body. That's fixed mindset. Or I can only play chords and rhythm. That's fixed mindset. Or I can only play rock. I can only play 3-chord songs. That's a fixed mindset. Or I can't solo, or I can't play lead guitar. That's a fixed mindset. I can't do anything. It's like, well, you don't really know what you can do. You don't really know what the outer edges of your abilities could be if you put time and energy into it. So fixed mindset is it is a thing that limits you, and maybe this determines your style. Maybe the thing that you're limited by, the limitations may be okay with you, but for those of you who want to grow with this and you want to see how far your abilities can take you, maybe, just maybe, the fixed mindset is something we want to try to not have as much. All right, so now, growth mindset, in contrast, is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed with time, effort, elbow grease. And I can do this if I put the time in and I break it down and I practice routines and I approach it the right way. This is a problem that I can overcome. That is a growth mindset. Now, things about fixed mindset, really when we talk about fixed mindset, what we're talking about a lot of the time, and it masquerades as different things, but fixed mindset oftentimes is really we are afraid of failing at something. So we are settling for, I can only do this. Okay? And what happens is when you do something like that and you settle for, I'm only going to be this good, then you're not going to put the effort in. You're going to avoid extreme effort. And that's the reason you don't grow, not because of some sort of predetermined limitation that the universe has on you. Okay? Other things about fixed mindset is these students won't take feedback. They see it as an insult. Constructive criticism, and they take it personally, and they choose it as like kind of like energy to not improve. I want to be this. I'm gonna stick to this. I'm gonna say that's okay. You're only hurting yourself if you keep everything fixed. So what happens is in your skills plateau, because you're not ever pushing yourself to be better. You're going to only go so far because that's what you want. So that's a fixed mindset. So other things, they're constantly comparing themselves with others and they feel inferior. Fixed mindset is a lot of these people are perfectionists, and rather than being perfect, which there's no such thing. The fear of not being perfect stops them from trying at all. That's the thing about fixed mindset. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to like throw it out into the guitar players universe. That let's talk more about growth mindset and get rid of that negative self-talk and that limited repertoire and that limited skill set that we place upon ourselves because we're afraid. We've got some success on it and we're afraid to ultimately fail at something. It's about discovery, and you got to do some dangerous stuff. I say dangerous. You got to take some risks and you got to try hard and you got to do that. And you're only going to benefit from that. So 10 exercises that will help you grow with growth mindset. Set incremental goals. A lot of times when people can't reach their goals, they set the goal too high instead of breaking the things down into manageable parts. Okay, instead of poo-pooing challenges, embrace the challenges. Instead of fearing mistakes, This is a big one. We fear mistakes, but not understanding that mistakes are how we learn, and mistakes are very valuable. And it's like, if you understand that the learning curve is how to learn is to make mistakes. And then you adjust and you adapt and you adjust and you adapt. And it's a constant thing. And mistakes are all right. That's how we learn. Okay. Learn from your mistakes. That's the big thing. Change your practice up. Diversify your practice. Don't just practice one thing or one style, one sound, you get better at rhythm, you get better at reading, you get better at technique, you get better at music theory, you get better at all these different things. They're all going to the same pool. They all influence each other, and they all make the other skill easier. So when you get completely fed up with something, go on to something else. Okay. Regular reflection. Write about the good stuff. Think about the good stuff. Write it down. Keep a diary. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? How have I gained something? What am I, it might be micro gains. So, it might be small things, but just write it down. Write it down. And then you get in a habit of that. And then you'll have like months of then you can see your progress written down. Instead of the negative self-talk, the opposite of that is positive self-talk. And then don't accept no for an answer. Don't think that you're destined for failure. Don't think that you're destined for limitation. Don't put these limitations on you that I can't do this, because what would happen if I succeeded? All right. Seek feedback. Find a mentor. Find a guitar mentor. Find a music mentor. Play with people who are better than you. Seek feedback. Ask for constructive criticism. Don't take criticism as an insult. Take it as this is how I can level up. And this person, when they give it to you, they're giving you a gift, unless they're completely mean-spirited and jackassy about it. So you find somebody you can trust, who you respect. Find a mentor, and they can steer you in the right direction, and they can tell you some things, and they can maybe offer some shortcuts or ways of thinking about things. All right. Celebrate your progress. Don't this whole negative self-talk all the time. Celebrate your wins. It's not an ego to celebrate your wins. That's a thing. You don't, you got to treat yourself better. You got to learn to treat yourself better, and stop being cruel to yourself, and everything's going to improve. Everything's going to improve. This is a big one. Number 9 is mentor others. When I say mentor others, teach. You know some stuff that somebody else doesn't know. And by you teaching it to them, that's going to make you know it better, and you get it down better, and you work on these skills better. And then you'll fine-tune these skills, and you'll have a pool of people that you've inspired and you've taught, and they have benefited from your tutelage and your mentorship. That is huge. Huge. Teach somebody. Each one teach one. All right. Experiment. Take risks in improvisation. Don't just improvise using the same sounds, same styles. Check out new styles, new compositions, and push your creative abilities, and push and open up to all these outside influences, and see where they can take you. All right. So shifting towards a growth mindset, let's all like manifest this. Let's say, hey, I want to, growth is where it's at. Fixed mindset. I don't want to settle for less. I don't want to settle for putting myself down or putting limitations on myself that don't need to be there. So growth mindset. I'm Rod Gels, Boomer Guitar Sessions, episode 23. Until I see you next time, you can do this. I believe in you. Thank you. See you next time. Hi, this is Rod from Boomer Guitar Sessions. I personally wanted to thank you for being part of our community. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more of it, please hit the like, subscribe, and share. And this helps me spread my musical messages to all over the world. Thank you. I appreciate you. And always remember, You can do this.